Okay, fifth graders, welcome to the first in our series of story problem videos. What we're going to talk about today are the steps used to solve story problems. Sometimes they're called word problems, or you may see them written as situational problems. But we're going to go through the four-step process of solving a problem, and you'll be using these steps when you work on problem solving this year. Step one is to make sure you understand the problem. This involves reading the problem, identifying the important information in the problem, and you want to do this prior to starting your work. How to understand the problem. Some questions you might ask yourself before you even start working on solving the problem is things like, what are you asked to find or show? Make sure you identify so you know what your answer is supposed to be. What units are used in the answer. And another thing to look at to see if the units change within the story problems, if you'll have to convert units. You also want to look to see if you can just give an estimate, or is it going to be an exact answer. You want to make sure what the information is given, that you understand that, and is there enough information or too little information, or have they given too much information? And you want to make sure you identify what is the most important. The last thing you want to talk about is, can you restate the problem in your own words? So once you read the problem, can you say it again in a different way? Step 2 in problem solving is devising a plan. We're going to be doing a series of lessons on the following problem solving strategies. You will learn how to make a model, work backwards, make drawings or diagrams, look for patterns, make a table, guess and check, or use visualization or acting it out to solve problems. Key words in the problem will help you give clues on what you're going to do. There are certain words used for if you need to do some addition work, subtraction work, multiplication work, or division work. Now, a lot of problems, especially two-step problems, use a combination of different operations. So you might have to add and multiply, or you might have to subtract and divide, or you might have to subtract and multiply. So you want to see if there's combinations in two-step problems that you might have to do using different operations. Step 3, now is when you actually start working on solving the problem. Once you understand the problem, it's easier to solve the problem. You need to learn to be patient. If you go through the problem the first time and it turns out incorrect, you need to try again. You want to continue working. Be persistent. You keep working at it. You want to find your mistakes and find your understanding so you can get the answer correct. And if one strategy isn't working, so if you're trying to make a model and it's not working, maybe you want to look for a pattern. Maybe that's what you need to do. And step 4 is the step that many people forget to do. Step 4 means you look back and reflect. You ask yourself, does the answer even make sense? Did you answer all of the questions being asked in the problem? You ask yourself, what did you learn by doing this? And you also look to see if you've done the problem in another way, maybe even an easier way. One more thing you want to do on carrying out the plan is you want to make sure you have your answer written in complete sentences. So after you show all your math work and all of that, you want to answer your problem in a complete sentence. You want to make sure that you have it written so that anyone can read it and understand. So those are the 4 steps to problem solving. You may want to rewatch this video, make sure you have these steps written down, and then you can use these steps when you are working through your problems.